Hello everyone. This is a video presentation from a student of Symbiosis University from the subject Computer Organization and Architecture on the topic Generation of Computer. I am Ojas Sharma and let's get started. First, let's see the content we are going to cover in this video presentation. We will going to discuss briefly about each and every generation, that is first, second, third, fourth and fifth one. Let's start with the first one. The first generation is based on vacuum tubes. It is from 1946 to 1959. In the first generation, the computers were slow, huge and expensive. These computers used vacuum tube as a basic component of CPU and memory. The computers were mainly dependent on batch operating system and punch cards. In these computers, magnetic tapes and paper tapes were used as output and input devices. In first generation, there are some advantages and disadvantages. The advantages are these computers were mostly used for scientific applications. That means they cannot be used for general purpose. Their architecture was simple. They only use vacuum tubes, so there is no problem of complexities of other components. They had facility of storing information and can calculate the information in milliseconds. The disadvantages are the computer was bulky in size, so you cannot move the computer from one place to another place easily. They generate a lot of heat. Air conditioning was required in this generations of computer. They were highly unreliable. Now let's see some computers which belongs to first generation. The first one is ENIAC, which is electronic numerical integrator and computer. The second one is ADVAC, which is electronic discrete variable automatic computer. The third one is UNIVAC 1, which is a universal automatic computer. The fourth one is IBM 701 and the fifth one is IBM 650. These computers belongs to first generation and takes a lot of space and are very expensive as compared to the present generation computer. The second generations use transistor in place of vacuum tubes and are from 1959 to 1965. In second generation, the computer used transistors which were cheap, compact and consuming less power as compared to vacuum tubes. In these computers, magnetic core were used as a primary storage or memory and magnetic disk or tapes were used as a secondary memory or storage. In these computers, the language were introduced like assembly language and some programming language will come to known which are COBOL and Fortran. These computers use batch processing and multiprogramming operating system. In second generation, there are also some advantages and disadvantages. The advantages are the computers from the second generation were more reliable than the first generation. They used less energy and were not heated as much than previous generation. They had better portability as compared to previous generation computers. They provide better speed and could calculate data in microseconds. But besides that, there are also some disadvantages. The disadvantages are the cooling system was required, means they still generate a lot of heat. Constant maintenance is also required. Only used for specific purpose means they still not used for general purpose and they were also costly and not versatile. Now let's see some computers which belongs from the second generation. The first one is IBM 1620. The second one is IBM 7094. The third one is CDC 1604. The fourth one is CDC 3600 and the fifth one is UNIVAC 1108. Now let's see the third generation, which consists of ICs and is from 1965 to 1971. In third generation, the computers use integrated circuits or ICs instead of transistors. The integrated circuits consist of number of transistors in them. A single IC can pack huge number of transistors which increase the power of computer and reduce the cost. These computers use remote processing, time sharing, multi-programming operating systems. There were also new languages come which are considered as high level languages like Fortran 2, COBOL, Pascal, Algol 68 were used in these types of computers. In third generation computers, there are some advantages and disadvantages. The advantages of these generation computers are they were more reliable than previous generation and also smaller in size. They had faster processing speed, less computational time, and also increased storage capacity. With increase in accuracy, they were more versatile than the previous generation computers. They required less maintenance due to integrated circuits or IC. Besides that, there are some disadvantages, which are air conditioning required in the mainframe, but it is not required in the mini computers. The prices of these computers are still costly. The integrated circuits could not be repaired easily. The integrated circuits were very complicated and required specialized work. Now let's see some computers which belongs to third generation. The computer like IBM 360 series, Honeywell 6000 series, PDP, IBM 370/168, the TDC 316. Now let's see the fourth generation computers which used VLSI, very large scale integrated circuits. These generation is from 1971 to 1980. In fourth generation, the computers use very large scale integrated circuits. These computers were more compact, powerful, faster, and affordable than the previous generations. These generation computers use real-time, time sharing, and distributed operating system. The languages like C, C++, DBase were used in these generation of computers. In fourth generation, there are also some advantages and disadvantages. The advantages of these generation computers are that they are smaller in size and much reliable than the previous generation. The fourth generation computers were much faster than the older one. They had less repairment time and less maintenance costs. They were developed for commercial production also. Besides these advantages, there are also some disadvantages. The disadvantages are their very advanced technology were required to fabricate the ICs. High quality and reliable systems are also required to make the ICs. The cooling system or cooler is still required. The latest technology is required to manufacture the microprocessors which consist of these ICs and the transistors. Now let's see some computers which belongs to fourth generation. The first one is DEC-10, the second one is Star 1000, the third one is PDP-11, the fourth one is Cray 1 and the fifth one is Cray XMP. The last two computers were supercomputers of these generation. Now let's see the fifth generation computers, which is consist of ULSI, the ultra large scale integrated circuits, which is from 1980 till present date. In fifth generation, the computer use ultra large scale integrated circuits, which means they had more number of transistors as compared to very large scale integrated circuits. These computers start using parallel processing hardware and artificial intelligence. The languages like C, C++, Java, .NET are used in these generation computers. In fifth generation, there are also some advantages and disadvantages. The advantages are these computers are more user-friendly interface and multimedia features. The computers are much faster than the older generation. It is easy to repair them. The computers are much smaller in size and very much portable, means they can easy to handle and to take from one place to another. Besides these advantages, there are also some disadvantages. The disadvantages are they tend to be sophisticated and complex tools. They can give more power to the company leaders to watch what you are doing and even allow them to infect your computer. Now let's see the computers which belongs to fifth generation. These are the desktop, laptop, notebook, MacBook, and Chromebook. The desktop requires continuous supply of power, while the other four doesn't require it continuously. The size of laptop are larger as compared to notebook, means the size of laptop screen is 15 inches and more, while the size of notebook screen is 14 inches. The MacBook has some special features for graphics and are more costly than the notebook and laptops. The MacBook also has its own operating system, which is macOS, as compared to laptop and notebook, which use Linux and Windows operating system. The Chromebook is also has its own operating system, which is Chrome OS. Thank you for watching. I hope this video presentation has increased your knowledge. And if you like this video, then hit the like and subscribe to my channel and stay tuned with me for more videos like these.